Hey guys, we're here on to training 2. We're working on the lid. I just wanted to show you that I played around a little bit and just kind of sort of build the lid before I jumped into this video, just to kind of give you an idea what we're targeting. So now I'm just looking at it. It looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna build that. So let me just turn this off. We got the. I'm just gonna put this in a separate folder. Guys, by the way, I actually forgot to mention that when you start a project, just make sure you save it. You open up, save it. Let's say on this one I saved it as cup 1. Then you start working, and as you work, and just command save every so often. It's just terrible when you're actually working on something and then you're so happy with your progress, and then you didn't save it, and if it crashes, it's not a good experience. So let's just get this one started. Let's get the lid. So let me just turn the backdrop item again. Control space. Let's go to the front view, and let's actually go to the basic, and just shift select the cylinder again. Let's scale this up a little, bring it up. And since we're going to just be focusing on the lid part of it, let's just actually turn off the outside cup altogether, and then just go to wireframe here. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible and make it interesting too as well. So let's get rid of some of these edges, because obviously we don't need that many right just yet. Okay, delete polygon. Scale this up a little bit so it's about the size of the top part of the lid. Just there you go. Let's select the edge for the top, bring it down to the top part of it, and this part here as well. So now we just got this top here, and we're gonna introduce this piece, and trying to think, there's several ways to do this. What would be, there's many ways to do things in 3D. So I think this is what we do. First thing we do, let's just drag this to the second level here, which will be like about between here, this section here, between these two divisions here. We deselect everything, select a couple of these polygons, Option C. Let's just create a cross section right in the bottom here. Let's select these polygons here, 2 of them, and then do loop, bevel, click on bevel, and this is alright. This is gonna be a little bit difficult to select. I gotta do it on perspective view. Let's find the blue handle and push out, right? And you're gonna see the side of the illustration on both ends. Just keep pushing until you, even if you pass, or even if you short, it's okay. We just want it long enough, we could always scale back. Then we go back to control space bar, we go to the front. Right. Looks like, alright, let's just stop here for a second. Space bar. Let's click out of it. It needs to grow a little bit more, so let's just select these guys, loop R, just stretching right from the middle all the way to the end. Yeah, that should be good. Just bring this down a little bit. Okay, space out. And what we're gonna do now is select these 2 vertices, this one and that one, which basically these are, if you go to reflection, is these 2, because right now it's kind of sloping down a little bit, and we just want it to be straight for now. So if you go to the front view, right, let's go to the front view, and we go to the wireframe, and you select R right in the middle, right here, and you drag down, you see the numbers, just select 0, and they're all going to be within the same area or location. just drag it down so that it could meet to this top part of the lip here. You go. So that looks good. And let's do let's just bring these down to this point here. Same thing we do. Alright, so we're just gonna select this polygon, shift arrow key up. What it does is just gonna select all these polygons in the bottom, and you control space front W, option to move aside, just bring that to the middle here, select R, bring down that arrow. You're gonna see on Y, you want to make sure that's to 0, so now it's on 0, space bar, release, command space, perspective, and then you see that everything is flat for now. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is actually do level 2, and this is what we do. We could actually bevel, just click on B. Alright, I'm just going perspective, bevel, B, and then W, just drag down to that. Before we go to the end here, go back to the front, go to wireframe, there you go. So now we are basically got these two levels here plus the top, so we could just release space release, and you could just double click on this centerpiece and just click on the B to bevel and drag. Make sure it's like probably 1. You have one line around level 1, and what we're gonna do here is actually keep dragging a little bit, release, select the middle one, and then you have like that deform tool that we usually use is push. So let's actually push that back a little bit. So we just want to bring this in, so to speak, right? Drop it, and what we're gonna do next is we're gonna add option C. We're gonna add like loop slice. See it on basic, loop slide right in the middle, space to release, loop slice in the bottom, option C, loop slice, there we go. And okay, what's next? These will adjust in a minute. Let's just add the little lip in the bottom here. We'll go back to perspective, we go on the bottom of this cap here. So we're just gonna select the polygon here in the middle, shift up arrow, let's delete that whole bottom, delete. Let's go to the front view, let's select bottom edge here, click on Z, and that's just gonna clone that. It's gonna clone that edge that we just actually selected. You're gonna have this little diagram here, just drag it down, right? Space bar, just select these polygons here, loop, right? And then you're gonna bevel those, select, click B for bevel, B. Now that it's polygon selected, just click R, and then just drag it so that it's actually the size that we illustrated. Space bar, control space. So as you can see that basically I'm repeating a lot of the same steps. I think this is gonna help you memorize a lot of, we basically using the same tools over and over to create this entire project. Alright, now that we have that done, we'll look around and we actually going to work on the top part of this, which is if we go into wireframe and you select the top. We just again B on the polygon. Just drag the handle all the way in to you meet that little intersection that we're using. Spacebar, click B again, and just bring it down. So you want to bring it down to like that base. You can look at it in front view, command space, front view. See, it's actually right at that location. Space, let go. Let's go back to perspective view, and let's go to reflection, and we have to get these locations. They all have different radiuses. Let me just bring the reference, and actually reference always helps. So although we have the illustration, it's almost like a cat. This is actually a piece that it's more realistic. So it shows that there's like a nice radius in this corner, and there's someone here, and so let's put that radius in. Just we're eyeballing it, but at the same time we just want it to look as real as we can. So let's just select that area and click B on it, and then drag. I mean, the round level is to 1. Let's actually put 2 in there, and just drag a little bit, so it's a little bit softer. Space bar to deselect, and then you click outside of the model, so it's all deselected, and then now click on this bottom piece, and again bevel, just give it a little bit of a radius so it's nice. Space deselects the tool, then you click outside so that you are nothing is selected, and we'll do the same with this top part here. Bevel a little bit, space, click outside. Let's do that with this part here too as well. Bevel, space, click outside. And now if you click on subdivision tab, you see that it's a little bit softer in all those locations. You go to the front view, you're gonna see that we still need to adjust some of the things here, and it's because we didn't get to put the radius in some of these locations, but we'll do it right now. So we go back to perspective. Let's select this area here, go to wireframe, and we could actually go to the front view if we want, and just click bevel B, and just kind of, there you go, just give it something. I mean, it looks like it's a little bit over, but we just want it to look nice. And release it. See, when you click here, it looks like it needs this one. Click on this edge here, click bevel, soft bevel. See how it's looking. It's looking pretty good. Just have to make some adjustments. This bottom part here, so that this wall and this wall is separated and hold together. We'll put a little bit of a bevel as well. And let's just do this one and this one. Let's go to the front view. So there's a few things we have to adjust. So the one thing we have to really adjust is bring this out a little bit more. This one is fine. This one it should have a softer radius. My biggest concern right now is this should be a little bit wider. So what we'll do is select these polygons from here to like this area and just scale this part. So the way you do that is just go to perspective. Alright, go to sub patch. Let's say we select these 2 polygons, loop, and then just select shift up arrow 1, right, 2. possibly 3. Go to the front view. I think we don't really need these other ones. I think we're just gonna go into, let's just select, let's select these 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, all right, let's do it again. My apologies here. 1, 2. Let's select these 2. Loop. Select these other 2, and then loop. Shift. Select these 2. Loop. Select these 2, and loop. So we basically just gonna select all of them within the radius up to this point. That way, so when we push everything in, it doesn't interfere with any of the polygons on this side. So let's go to the front. All right. Find the middle. Just back up a little bit and just scale. I think it's gonna 101. That seems to work. Let's do 101 in the bottom to 101. Not on the Y, just the X and Z. Released space bar. And here you go. Let's go to wireframe. Let's just bring this vertice up, this edge, not the vertice edge. W, click on it, bring it up. So that should actually at least give you that. Roughly. Okay. That's good. We could scale this up a little bit more, but you know, I'm digging what's happening here all around. It's looking pretty good, but we'll fix this part of it. Things like this usually happen. I want to scale all the way up to, I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to select the same polygons. So it'll be like these 2, loop, loop, just these right here, select. I mean, we could fuss with this until we get this perfect. That's the key. We'll select these other 2, loop, and I think these will be handy. So let's just grab these 2. Let's just go 1, tap, and then tap again. We don't want to do it on the Y because the Y will bring it up. 101, tap. So the X and Z is just like around. So we could actually space, deselect. So now you see it's actually getting closer. I think these guys right here need to go up. So let's just push these ones out as well. L, 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 select all of these polygons. Alright, so you got all these pieces that look like they should be moved out. If you see, they all the way in. So let's click art again, make sure the art's in the middle. And you know what, that's in the middle. And numerically, you could actually just look at this. X 101. Okay, looks like it needs a little bit more. 102. It's too much, so let's just go to 101 and work from there. Z, the same thing, 101. So that'll do the opposite side, and then we release. Okay. These other ones here, double click on this one, bring it up, right? Double click on these two, maybe these three here. Go to the form, push, right? Deselect, click on this one again, just on this one that is actually supposed to meet this area, and then click on this one and just say push. And we're getting closer now. I'll just select, push this one a little bit. There you go. So this looks good. I have a feeling we don't need too many. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just go to wireframe. We have number amount. I think we could just probably delete this one. Just double click on it, delete. We might not even need that many. So this looks like it's gonna be okay. We might not need this one in the middle. So we just, here we go. And we'll push this one that we have left, push. So it's, and then just bring it up, W. And again, this is just like fussing around. Like if you actually present me what we had up to that point, that would be great. It's just to show that you could actually do the repetition back and forth and adjust a lot of these things. Alright, so here we go back up. And again with this, I could just sit down and fuss with these all day. So with that too, I think this will be good enough for the project. So if we go in perspective, if you look at it from an angle, it looks great. One last thing, if you notice, the actual reference has like a little opening here, so we could actually add that as well. It's just as simple as finding the spot. So let's say, there we go, watch. The top part here, we'll select one of these polygons, 2 of these, and then we'll just, well, before we do that, let's just click on sub patch and tab so that we could add another loop slice here. Option C, select 50%, make sure it's on 50. Okay, so that's good. When you click out, we'll be able to select 2 of these polygons. And if you delete them, or bevel, I mean, another thing you can do is bevel, but here's the opening. Let's just click on bevel so that you can see why. So space, bevel again. See. So let's just increase the subdivision level by clicking on the plus. All right, and then the scale tool. There you go. And you can see here, this is good enough to start. When we're back in class, I would actually have we'll probably just texture stuff. You're not gonna ever see inside of this lid. So what I'll do is, in the classroom, we could actually focus on texturing the base and the lid. Oh, before we forget, we actually wanted to just show that there is a sleeve that I would like to add. So let's just go to wireframe again. You see the sleeve. The sleeve is right back here. I kind of quickly went over it in class, but I think the best thing to do is just kind of just finish it up here while while we at this point. So let's click on the cylinder. Um, well, not the, well, this part that is called cylinder is called a lid. And then the outside cup, just click tab so it is subdivided. Click on a couple of these polygons, Command C, and let's just drag this to the base of that sleeve, and then again Option C, and we could drag this on the top of the sleeve. You see right here, and then just select a couple of these polygons, loop slice, copy, N for new, Command B for paste, and we'll call that sleeve. So now what we're going to do is actually add a thickness to this, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but if you go to basic here, you see this tool called thickening. So you just click on it once, and you see it goes in and out. You just got to be very gentle when you work it, because it would just go bananas. Let me see if I could. A little odd. Trying to. Not listening, but let me try it out. Alright, so here we go. So we have the thickness is really not that much of a thickness, so let's just drag. Just want a little bit. Alright. Just kind of like eyeball it, just give it a nice thickness so that it look like it's a different part than just space bar release. Fortunately mine actually did the thickness in the inside, but what we could do is just scale it out a little bit so that, okay, so that's fine. So it's outside of the it's not inside of the actual cup, but outside. So space bar is out, and then what we could do is just get these edges here so that it's defined, and bevel, B for bevel, and now you have the sleeve. So you have the sleeve, and you have all these items. You could turn off the backdrop item, and double click on this, activate it, so that, all right. So I think this will conclude this part of it. The whole purpose of this exercise is just to create some sort of repetition, and at the same time build something that we kind of started, and it just helps you keep your eye open for like some of the things that as you're working and you're looking around, if there's any problems, just refer back to the video and see where you went wrong. Repetition is what's going to help get up to speed, and I think this was a pretty cool exercise due to the fact that it's not so difficult, but it's a common product that we use in the everyday, which is a coffee cup. Another thing is it would be great to actually fully texture this one and actually put a logo on it. So thanks again, and look forward to seeing what you guys come up with in class. Thank you.